Como parte do esforço contínuo para fortalecer a cooperação em defesa entre os Estados Unidos e África, o Tenente-General John Brennan, vice-comandante do Comando dos Estados Unidos para a África, AFRICOM, e o embaixador Robert Scott, vice-comandante para o engajamento civil-militar, encontram-se em Angola para uma série de encontros de alto nível destinados a reforçar as parcerias de segurança e promover interesses econômicos mútuos.
The threats in Africa are very diverse. We need a diverse coalition to address them. And so AFRICOM as a convener, we bring together coalitions of allies and partners to address those threats and share burdens on the continent, primarily to respond to crises and hopefully head them off beforehand by that network of partners and allies.
Durante a visita, o general Brennan destacou os aspectos militares da missão do AFRICOM e ressaltou a crescente colaboração entre as Forças Armadas dos Estados Unidos e de Angola.
Well, I think our military record speaks for itself. We like to highlight our actions, not just words, and we will never do an exercise or an activity in a country without that country's expressed consent, and then we want to know what the requirements are for the host nation so that they benefit as much as we do. So every time a special operations team or an infantry battalion deploys to do training, it's exercising some of their tasks, their key mission essential tasks. So deploying to a new location, working with a new partner, it gives them experience that they don't necessarily get back in the United States.
I think also just a month ago in Angola, you hosted the Corporate Council on Africa. I think over $1 billion in deals signed. A lot of U.S. companies came here, a lot of interest. President Trump's special envoy, Mr. Boulos, was here. I think that underlines our interest from U.S. companies. As the general just said, our interest in military-to-military engagement. So there's a very broad engagement with the country. And we have come to you. We're here today. Special Envoy Boulos was here last month. I think you can expect to see more engagement from us as we grow this relationship.
O embaixador Scott enfatizou como a cooperação em segurança cria as bases para o aumento do comércio e do investimento, com destaque para projetos estratégicos como o corredor do Lobito.
As General Brennan just pointed out, we are becoming closer and closer together on the military-to-military side, which means that we are more secure, ultimately, as countries, United States, Angola, other regional partners. And security underpins prosperity. We all know that in order for a country to prosper, it has to be stable, it has to secure itself. And so that leads directly into the things that we're seeing here in Angola, the Lobito corridor, Sun Africa, $1 billion in power generation. We have a company, Acrobridge, which is building 180 bridges to allow farmers and others to bring their products to market. And grain silos to ensure that the things that people grow in Angola are safely stored and that they're not lost. So all of that comes together, but underpinning it is the activities that the general was just speaking about. Having security enhances the ability of companies to come in, American companies to come in and work with their Angolan counterparts in order to grow the economy and to allow Angolans to prosper. We already have, I can name some numbers, so $530 million invested in this. That's a lot of money, but what that does, you can almost think of it as seed money. It shows the US government's engagement in it, which then allows companies to come in, kind of as a guarantor. Your government, our government, are committed to this. It allows people to take risks, to feel comfortable in doing that. Another number, $1 billion on power from Sun Africa. It's hugely important.
And then our defense cooperation buys down that risk, which creates more opportunities for private companies to want to invest. So the two go hand in hand, and economic development and economic diversity create security because it forces militaries to work together. And if they see peace through strength, that's places where our companies from America will invest.
And in some ways, the two of us represent that. Mm-hmm. We have a uniform, we have a suit, and I think that is the approach that is successful.
Durante a semana, a delegação reuniu-se com o secretário de Estado para a Defesa Nacional e com o chefe de Estado-Maior para a Educação Patriótica. As discussões focaram-se no combate às ameaças comuns, como o terrorismo e crimes transnacionais, além da promoção da estabilidade regional por meio de soluções lideradas por africanos. A delegação também visitou a base das Forças Especiais em Cabo Ledo, onde o general Brennan prestou homenagem às Forças Especiais angolanas e assistiu a uma competição de tiro real realizada por operadores de elite. A visita decorreu paralelamente ao programa de treinamento conjunto de intercâmbio combinado, atualmente em curso entre as Forças Especiais dos Estados Unidos e de Angola. Antes de Angola, o general Brennan e o embaixador Scott visitaram a Namíbia no início da semana, reforçando o compromisso mais amplo do AFRICOM com parcerias baseadas no respeito à soberania e na promoção da estabilidade ao longo prazo no continente africano. Os encontros em Angola servem como um modelo de como a cooperação em segurança pode impulsionar não apenas a estabilidade, mas também o progresso econômico, abrindo caminhos para um aumento do investimento no setor privado e um crescimento sustentável nas relações entre os Estados Unidos e os seus parceiros africanos.
No, you're absolutely right. It is a huge undertaking. You have multiple countries. In this case, it's directly affecting Zambia, Democratic Republic of Congo, Angola primarily coming through to Lobito. But it affects the region because it's transformational. What you're starting to see is, for example, before the Lobito corridor, my understanding was it would take 28 days for something, whether it was copper or agricultural products or anything, to make it from the border with the DRC to a port, 28 days. Now it's 7 days, and trains are starting to roll. They're rolling now. So that's a huge difference. It lowers costs, it makes local economies more competitive. Then you add in what I spoke about earlier. You have a transformational approach, because it's not just a rail line. It is everything interconnected. So you have power, which allows industry to grow. You have transportation and bridges, which allow people to connect with each other. Not just east-west, but north-south in Angola. And so I think that is what we're seeing is, since we've been here in the last few days, the General and I have heard about all of these projects, and it's really impressive. It's starting to, right now, already make a difference, and we're starting to see a lot of focus, as you pointed out. A lot of people are looking at this. A lot of companies are becoming more interested. It's a very transformational project.
Mário Vitória, Nurit Pierce, Ariana Varaj, para a TPA.